And now our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. 4 years apart, with similar height and some differences in reach. All right, now for the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, a referee in charge of the Octagon, Yves Lavigne. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
This is absolute.
Has had 2 fights in the UFC, and look at what he's rousing here in the O2 Arena. We've got to talk about the fights.
I'm here with the highlight. One of the best ever do it, ladies and gentlemen. Justin, you publicly said this is the last champion of your career. You want to go out with the title. Give us your thoughts on what tomorrow night means to you.
Oh, it means everything. I've committed my whole life to this, and every fight's the biggest, but this is the biggest fight of my life. I cannot wait to carry this dark stripes on my back and represent this country like it should be represented.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Justin Gaethje, ladies and gentlemen.
Justin, Paddy says he's been preparing for you like he prepared for the Michael Chandler fight. Is that a mistake? And why is this different from Chandler?
Well, you obviously seen me fight Chandler. I have, better skills, and I beat him. But I don't care what he says, what he thinks. If he thinks I'm Michael Chandler, again, it goes back to my first statement. I love everything he's saying right now.
And last one, your manager said he would like to see you fight Conor McGregor at the White House. At this stage in your career, would you take the money fight or would you be focused on the undisputed title next?
I'm only focused on Paddy Pimblett, January 24th. How many times do I gotta say I don't expect to be alive after these fights? I go in there willing and ready to give everything. And that's the same. I'll be on the White House card no matter what. Who I'm fighting, doesn't matter.
Some critics think you don't have enough experience for a title fight. What is the fight that earned you this title shot?
Winning my last fight, being on a 7-fight win streak, the longest in the lightweight division. The critics can stick it up their asses. I'm the one who's fighting for the belt.
This matchup has the MMA world completely divided because the careers of Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett collide at the most unforgiving moment for both men. One side puts its faith in Gaethje's proven violence and hard-earned experience, while the other believes Pimblett's chaos, confidence, and opportunistic grappling can turn everything upside down the instant momentum shifts, even by a fraction.
We know Justin Gaethje is known for his iconic backflip. If everything goes for you well, do you have anything up your sleeve come celebration time?
I'm not doing no backflip, me lads. Fuck that, I'll break my neck. Don't know, probably just start dancing like I always do, lad. I've got nothing special planned, I'll just crack on.
From the very beginning, Paddy has been clear that this isn't just a fight. It's going to be violent and deeply personal. The face-off only added fuel to the fire, turning an already heated debate into something raw and unsettling. There was nothing playful or staged about it. The tension was sharp, real, and impossible to ignore. In that moment, it was obvious neither man viewed this as routine business, but as a defining crossroads, a night that could shape how they're remembered long after the cage door closes.
this fight. Usually when we think of Gaethje, we think of wars, we think of back and forth scraps. Do you think this is going to be a dominant one-way traffic performance by yourself?
That's our job, innit? We're meant to hate each other. That's what everyone's here to see. You know what I mean?
Is part of you hoping that maybe Justin can finally be the one to drag you into a war, take you to the full 5 rounds and see what your medal is made of?
Yeah, of course. But I know I've got that in me anyway. I know I've got the heart and the desire to go 5 rounds with a warrior like Justin Gaethje, but it's not going to go that long. As I say, I'm going to put a beating on him, and it's going to be like he's never had before. And I can't wait to show everyone just how good I am.
Paddy Pimblett left no room for interpretation. He doesn't see this fight as a technical chess match, but as a violent collision where damage is the only language that matters. When he talked about hurting Justin in a way that lasts, it didn't come off as empty trash talk. It sounded like a fighter conditioning his mind for brutality, focused on impact and consequence rather than points on a scorecard.
Do you feel like you're representing the legends against the disrespectful new breed here?
I'm still in it. Legends retire. I ain't retired yet. I'm still in it. The fire is still as bright and as hot as it's ever been, and I cannot wait to fight this guy.
But Dustin's never got a nice word to say about me, lad. So, what, I was honest and said he looked like shit against Gaethje. Fucking hell, stop fucking crying, you can't get
That wasn't even
fat.
the fight you were talking about. You said his last fight.
Which? No, I'm saying Dustin looked like shit against Holloway. That was what I said.
You would also look like shit against Holloway.
Well, we'll see. Once I beat you, I could end up fighting him.
Well, you won't be fighting him.
When the possibility of a grueling 5-round war was raised, Paddy didn't hesitate. He fully believes he has the heart and conditioning to endure that kind of battle. But what stood out even more was how quickly he brushed the idea aside, making it clear he doesn't expect the fight to last that long. His confidence suggests he believes his presence and damage will be felt far earlier, long before endurance even becomes a question.
Paddy, Justin said yesterday that you're no Khabib Nurmagomedov on the ground and he's going to fight you with no fear in that area. Do you think he's going to be surprised about your ground game if it does go there?
Everyone's surprised by my whole game when they fight me. No one expects me to be as good as I am. Everyone underestimates me, but it helps in my favour. Know what I mean? It makes the fight easier for me because everyone underestimates me. And I'm not Khabib. No one else is. I'm me. Know what I mean? And I'm an even harder puzzle to solve. I'm proper weird. You knew what Khabib was coming to do. You don't know what I'm coming to do.
The tone shifted when Justin Gaethje brought other fighters into the discussion, and Paddy immediately pushed back. He made it clear he wasn't chasing attention or trying to manufacture disrespect. He genuinely meant every word he said. Paddy admitted he doesn't care if honesty makes people uncomfortable, as long as it keeps pressure on his opponent. In that moment, he came across as someone completely at ease with being disliked, fully aware that mental warfare can drain an opponent just as much as physical damage, and willing to embrace controversy if it means forcing Justin to carry extra weight into the octagon.
I'm still in it. Legends retire. I ain't retired yet. I'm still in it. The fire is still as bright and as hot as it's ever been, and I cannot wait to fight this guy.
But Dustin's never got a nice word to say about me, lad. So, what, I was honest and said he looked like shit against Gaethje. Fucking hell, stop fucking crying, you can't get
That wasn't
fat.
even the fight you were talking about. You said his last fight.
Which? No, I'm saying Dustin looked like shit against Holloway. That was what I said.
You would also look like shit against Holloway.
Well, we'll see. Once I beat you, I could end up fighting him.
Well, you won't be fighting him.
Justin, you said you want to drag Paddy specifically to the later rounds. Is that because you just want to test him there, or have you seen something in his performances that make you know you can have success there?
No, it's just what I find the most success. He's weird, he's awkward fighting style, and it's gonna be a little puzzle. I'm gonna have to figure it out through the first round. And similar to my other opponents, I constantly am building momentum, and this is a battle of momentum. And I said I'm gonna dog walk this motherfucker.
If he lasts that long.
Justin Gaethje flatly rejected the idea that he represents the past. He made it clear he doesn't see himself as a fading legend, but as a present and active threat, still evolving, still dangerous, and still capable of flipping a fight with a single exchange. He acknowledged that Paddy's awkward style has to be solved early, But once those answers are found, the balance begins to shift. And when Justin talked about the later rounds, it wasn't hope or curiosity. It was certainty that time, pressure, and experience would work in his favor.
You've alluded to getting into the 4th and 5th rounds with Paddy. Is this a fight that you think you can be cautious in, or do you think you'll have to fight wide open?
I think I need to fight smart. At the highest level, you cannot make mistakes. And if you watch all the champions, they're moving forward. I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to be in his chest. I'm going to put my head in his chest. You got really long arms. It's going to be hard to hit me when my head's in his chest.
Justin's approach came across as deliberate, not reckless, built around steady forward pressure, cutting off space, and staying chest to chest, where Paddy's long reach and unpredictable entries lose their impact. It painted a picture of a more controlled version of Gaethje, one focused on discipline and positioning rather than pure chaos.
Justin, Paddy says he's been preparing for you like he prepared for the Michael Chandler fight. Is that a mistake? And why is this different from Chandler?
Well, you obviously seen me fight Chandler. I have, better skills, and I beat him. But I don't care what he says, what he thinks. If he thinks I'm Michael Chandler, again, it goes back to my first statement. I love everything he's saying right now.
And last one, your manager said he would like to see you fight Conor McGregor at the White House. At this stage in your career, would you take the money fight, or would you be focused on the undisputed title next?
I'm only focused on Paddy Pimblett, January 24th. How many times do I gotta say I don't expect to be alive after these fights? I go in there willing and ready to give everything, and that's the same. I'll be on the White House card no matter what. Who I'm fighting doesn't.
This is the matchup that has the combat sports world buzzing like never before, with everyone locked into their own prediction. So the spotlight turns to the experts. Throughout the back and forth, Justin stayed quiet and focused, showing little interest in winning a war of words. His silence reinforced a simple belief. Once fists start flying and momentum takes over inside the cage, everything said beforehand stops mattering.
Yeah, Gaethje's a different beast, and look, Scalzos don't get knocked out. Now you can take a shot, but again, you don't want to be a highlight. That's what I'm saying. So, and the highlight who doesn't get tired. So I think this is Paddy's biggest challenge yet. Perfect opponent, perfect fight for them. Old dog, new dog. And Gaethje, that was one of his last 3 fights against Poirier. Another highlight. There's another highlight against a beast in Barboza.
So the leg kicks from Gaethje too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. The stance. I didn't even think about that. This is what Gaethje used to. He still does it. The ones he did against Barboza. Leg kick for leg kick. They were both battling. But Tony Ferguson as well. The way he handled him with the leg kicks. Shit was gangster. Gaethje, I just like the style. Come forward. This is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be crazy.
The discussion quickly grew beyond just the two men involved, as analysts and fighters alike weighed in on what this matchup really represents. Many were quick to point out that this isn't a faded version of Justin. It's a seasoned, violent veteran, still fully capable of breaking anyone who stands in front of him for too long. This threat isn't hypothetical. It's real.
Gaethje is that guy, 37, but he's still that guy. He's still the violent highlight. So yeah, but again, that kind of stuff is fuel if you choose to use it as fuel. So he seems like he is.
What should Gaethje's approach to this fight be?
Fucking be Gaethje. Just be Gaethje. Be you. Do you. You know who you are. So don't let him tell you who you are. Show them who you are. Leg kicks is good, but don't start for leg kicks. Start off with his. Gaethje has a nice jab. He likes to stay in the mid range, so he'll be able to jab Paddy. But Paddy as well has. If he uses his jab well, he'll be fine. I think Paddy will be on the back foot first, and if he cracks Gaethje, then he'll be the one dictating the pace. But Gaethje will be the first one dictating the pace, in my opinion, in the first few exchanges on the first round. Gaethje has to also be careful because Paddy hits hard. Gaethje can eat him. Look. There's a reason Paddy's the favorite in this fight. Again, I'm just going to follow the script today. Today I'm following the script.
What, smart money?
Yeah, just smart money. So if I say Paddy in this fight, I just think it's going to be...
Paddy's momentum is undeniable, but Justin's experience under the brightest lights is exactly what makes this fight so dangerous. In moments like these, a single mistake, one overextension, one mistimed blitz, can instantly rewrite the narrative of an entire career.
Fiziev fight ends up being a close decision where he builds as the fight goes on and starts breaking him in the third round. Both times that seemed to happen. But Fiziev took him down in round 1. Pure striker Fiziev took him down in round 1 and had him in an inverted triangle. And had him there for a while. And I think he could have done a lot more work from that position if he kind of knew the position he was in. But it seemed like once Fiziev ended up there, he just started hitting the body a few times and then thought, I don't know where to progress from this position. If Pimblett ever ends up landing on Gaethje in like one of those precarious positions, it's going to be immediate, like a latch, single, triangle, on the arm, wrench, go round to the back. It's going to be like a systematic jiu-jitsu difference that Oliveira had, but after dropping Gaethje in the first place.
Some experts favor Paddy, not because Justin can't win, but because Paddy has a track record of answering every challenge thrown his way. He shows growth, resilience, and a confidence that only seems to intensify as the stakes rise, making him a threat that gets bigger with the moment.
So I'm going to go with Pimblett by submission. I think at some point he'll end up on top of Gaethje. Will that be from a takedown? I think he could if he gets the body lock. I think he could. I don't think I see him shooting single leg or a double leg on Gaethje and getting it. But if they end up brawling and he shoots in while he bounces off the cage and gets the body lock and drags him like he did to Chandler, I could see it there. I could see it happening there. I could even see him dropping Gaethje or wobbling him on the feet. Gaethje does get wobbled and dropped. He's been wobbled and dropped. He's been flatline KO'd. So it can happen to him, you know, where he ends up in that stumbly mode. And in that stumbly mode might be where Pimblett could get a takedown for a submission or a ground and pound.
Technical analysts have zeroed in on grappling exchanges, highlighting areas where Justin has shown vulnerability in past fights. The consensus: if Paddy ever finds himself in one of those same compromised positions, his control, ability to transition, and submission threat could turn the fight in an instant, making every ground exchange a potential game changer.